Welcome to Arcade Audio.
And germs, welcome to Dilettante. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante, we go on Wikipedia.
We click random article.
And we talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
I did a cool thing today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I don't really want to talk about it. I toured the Metropolis Coffee Roastery today.
Okay, so that's where Superman gets his Java?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that even the fucking name of his town?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Metropolis. City.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what a stupid name.
Welcome to City.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Okay.
That's all. It was just really neat because I've toured like a billion breweries and it's all the same fucking thing.
So this was just coffee stuff.
Yeah, it was really
It
cool.
was in Chicago?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
It's a long story.
I texted you this morning and you were like, yeah, I'm probably going to be very busy today.
I have actually been like really busy. And,
yeah.
Hey, I was doing it and it was for work, so
Whatever. You should be able to get twice as much work done, all the coffee you were jumped up on.
Yeah. It was real neat. I found out this is a free plug for Metropolis.
Great.
I found out that
Just what we need.
This is so interesting.
Yeah, tell me.
They roast to order. So like,
okay. So he's got a bunch of raw beans.
Yeah, and then basically as people are like, I need my coffee, they'll roast special for them. So the dude was saying that like when they come in on Monday, there are no roasted beans in the facility.
That's like living on the fucking edge.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I'm into it.
So they have to get there like 3. I don't know how beans roasting I don't know how any of that works.
It's a lot quicker than I thought. It was
I would expect it to be
like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they don't just like do like single serve batches though, right? Like
no, I mean it would be like I need
100 cups or whatever, so I'm gonna roast 100 beans.
Yeah.
There's one bean per cup, right?
It's
really strong. Yeah.
Yeah. It was super neat. That's all.
Okay.
And I think they do tours for the general public too.
I thought you were gonna say it's like, it's Monday morning, so David's coming in. Gotta get David that half and half roast, or I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
No. It's like, hey, we're a coffee shop. We know we need 80 pounds a week or whatever.
It's the kind of thing where like if you roast them ahead of time, like it maybe like loses its flavor if you don't use it that day. Or
so they were saying that their sort of deal is that they want to. They want people to drink their coffee like super fresh. That's like the way that they intend for it to be drunk. So
Sure.
I mean, the longer, like anything, the longer it goes, the less good it is or whatever.
Sure.
Except for wine.
Like if you roasted a marshmallow, it's only good like in the next 5 minutes.
Right.
You want to eat it.
The guy said exactly that.
For
actually.
real?
No.
Oh man, I was like, I got this shit. Yeah, I got it.
It was real cool. And then man, they had a sort of like a board where they had the like flavor profiles of some coffee that they were like testing out.
Okay.
The best was busy but cohesive. It was super cool. It was a lot of fun.
Busy
you should check it out.
cohesive.
Yeah.
That's like if you're trying to describe wine.
I mean, it's all bullshit.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So shout out to Metropolis Coffee right here in Chicago.
Yeah. Great. Cool.
If they would want to throw us some free coffee or free money, I'd appreciate it.
I'll take the money because I don't even drink coffee, and I don't think you need any more.
Well, here's the thing: you could sell that coffee for a profit.
That's true. Yeah. So we'll be
Sell it for $1 less than they're selling it for, because it was free to us. Anyway, you want an article?
No, we could probably just talk about Metropolis for the next 20 minutes or so.
What if the article was Metropolis?
What if we did a sponsored episode that was just like entirely like? What if this was it, but like we were pretending like it wasn't, and it was like, oh yeah, it was just bullshit about Metropolis.
Yeah. What if? What if? Anyway, Metropolis Coffee is a. That'd be crazy.
Did you know when you roast it, it actually increases the flavor profile and it gives you sort of like an umami taste? It's one of the. It's one of the big secrets that scientists can't really figure out, and it's hard to replicate. But Metropolis did it. If you go in on Tuesdays,
Theoktistos, Greek, then some Greek letters, died November 20th, 855.
Was BC or 80? Had to have been BC.
It does not say, which is weird. What the fuck? It just doesn't say. I mean, no.
I'm thinking
have
of
to
ancient
be
Greece. It could be a Greek dude.
I think it would have to be AD because they didn't have
would they?
months in BC. Right?
I don't know.
It was like November 8th, 422 BC. I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah, those are the Julian calendar, but he was Roman. Julius Caesar.
Julian Caesar.
Julian Caesar. Kaiser.
Was a leading Byzantine official during the second quarter of the 9th century and the de facto head of the regency for the underage Michael III from 842 until his dismissal and murder in 855.
Whose dismissal and murder?
I don't know. A eunuch. He assisted in the ascent of Michael II to the throne in 822 and was rewarded with the titles of Patricios and later Magistros.
Okay.
He held the high posts of Chartolarios, Canicleo, and Theoktistos, Draumo. Christ.
Why did it start with like magistrate and like philanthropist and then went to that?
I don't know.
Those sound better.
Under Michael and his son Theophilios, after Theophilus' death in 842, Theoktistos became a member of the Regency Council, but soon managed to sideline the other members and establish himself as the virtual ruler of the empire.
Nice.
Noted for his administrative and political competence, Theoktistos played a major role in ending the Byzantine iconoclasm and fostered an ongoing renaissance in education within the empire.
Okay.
He also continued the persecution of the Paulicians, but had mixed success in the wars against the Arabs. When Michael III came of age in 855, his uncle Bardas persuaded him to throw off the tutelage of Theoktistos and his mother, the Empress Theodora. And on 20th November 855, Theoktistos was assassinated by Bardas and his followers.
Oh, Bardas.
This, I think I understand more when we talk about cricket.
Well, it's kind of like some Game of Thrones kind of stuff going on for a
Sure,
second.
maybe.
You know,
I guess.
Just replace all the hard names with just like
Harder made-up names?
Yeah. And then just Michael.
This kind of reminded me, one, because it's old shit, and two, because I don't want to talk about this because I don't know what it is. But we went to the Field Museum recently. Shout out to the Field Museum. If you want to pay us or give us some free mummies, please feel free.
Doesn't Metropolis Coffee have a pop-up shop in there?
You know what? I think they do. But they have a new mummies exhibit. Maybe you've seen advertised.
Mummies Alive.
Is that what it's called?
No.
Oh. It's so fucking
Mummies Alive? You be the judge.
It was so rad. Like, first of all,
mummies
rule.
That's a fact.
Also, I didn't know this, but 2,000 years before Egyptians were making mummies, they were making mummies in Peru.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
That how the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you know, there was probably something, you know, like some kind of book or something that like everyone just had, and then we lost them or something. You know what I mean? Like because when everyone came over from, you know, Seychelles or whatever the fuck, and we all, it's like, all right, cool. Here's the recipe book of mummies. You know what I mean?
But it started in Peru, which is so far from Egypt, which is where people started. Egypt is in the place where people started.
But yeah, but what if South America? I don't fucking like. What if they put the recipe book on a log and the log floated over to Peru?
Sure, with those crabs.
Yeah,
I mean, it's possible.
And then the book disintegrated or something.
Sure,
you know, or like a dude just memorized, like David the Peruvian, just like memorized. Mm-hmm. He's like, I got it. David. You know, like I refuse to believe that was just spontaneously. Like, everyone was like,
they were. It was a different sort of recipe.
Okay,
but
sure. Like your grandma, my grandma make tomato sauce different, but it's still tomato sauce.
Right. I mean, they didn't like. It was different, but it was.
So did they remove all the organs and shit, and then? Or did they just like coat them in? Like,
they did actually way more like fucking radical shit.
Oh really?
They like one of the things it said they did was they like skinned them and took all their bones and shit out and replaced them with like. No, they didn't take the bones out. They skinned them, took out all like the muscles and shit, and fortified their bones with like sticks and stuff.
Okay.
And then stuffed the bodies and like put the skin back on.
So they made like taxidermy people.
Yeah.
That's gnarly as shit.
Yeah.
But then did they preserve them?
Yeah.
Too? Okay, they did.
And
that
and
too.
then instead of like wrapping them, mummy style, they kind of put them in bags.
Okay, sure, like sous vide bags.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the coolest thing in the exhibit was, obviously, they fucking had mummies, which ruled.
That's cool as hell. I've never seen a mummy.
They in person?
No.
Oh man, you should go to. The field always has mummies. Always got mummies, but they have like a special highlighting mummies right now.
Yeah.
But the coolest was they had like CAT scans of mummies, and they just had like tablets, and you could like rotate the mummies and like look at cross sections and just like manipulate this like CAT scan of the, or maybe it was an MRI. I don't fucking know. Are they the same thing? I ain't no doctor.
Well, aren't CAT scans sacred in Egyptian mythology?
That's true. Yeah, every pharaoh was buried with a CAT scan. But yeah, it was the like sort of similar to Egyptian mummies, Peruvian mummies were buried with like stuff. Like inside
like chessboards and
yeah. I mean, there were kids that had like toys and shit, in their sous vide bag. It was so like fucking cool.
How there's like a bay leaf in your beans.
Exactly,
for
you take it out,
yeah.
but you want it in there.
You want it in there.
You should go. It was so fucking cool. Mummies rule.
Mummies do rule. Well, they used to rule, not so much anymore. I never go anywhere. You know that.
Sure.
Why the hell do mummies rule so much? Everyone agrees.
They do. I think first of all they're kind of spooky.
Totally.
Because anything dead is spooky, but especially something dead that's so like
human.
Yeah, human and preserved and like
Well,
just
also,
there's so much care taken in doing it,
yeah.
which
what,
is
what
like
I love is like when you picture like a sarcophagus, like picture like King Tut's sarcophagus. It's like this like beautiful sort of like androgynous like gold face, and you're like, wow, like look at this, like this is cool and beautiful. And then like, you crack it open and like a zombie eats your face off. You're like, what the fuck? Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Mummy, the original like Boris
we
Karloff
actually? Oh
mummy?
no, I thought you meant
no
the original.
The original Mummy.
Well, now there's 3, so
yeah, right. Yeah, you ever saw Spider-Man from the 30s?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I don't know. I wonder if it's scary.
The Mummy's monster.
Dr. Mummystein's monster.
What was I gonna say? Fuck. I don't know. Mummies rule. That's all there is to it. Oh, they had one of the cool weird thing because they had a bunch of mummies, and one was like, the mummy that's in this sarcophagus wasn't originally like this was someone else's sarcophagus.
What?
And then
so someone like broke in, got rid of that mummy.
Yeah,
that kind of is like scary a little bit.
There was so much like cool shit that they were able to like piece together. And then it was also, I think what reminded me actually is because there was sort of a period when I believe like Greece sort of had a presence in Egypt. Is that correct?
That sounds right.
Or maybe Rome had a presence.
Both.
Sure. So this reminded me. And like the way the sarcophagi were like decorated and stuff changed and got more
really?
like Greek and shit. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah, I mean, Assassin's Creed Origins kind of deals with that a little bit.
Sure.
Do you see what they just did? I haven't looked into it yet, but it's really cool. They create, I think it's free. I hope it's free. Basically like not even an expansion, but like a new mode that you can download for Assassin's Creed Origins.
Okay.
Where it basically removes the combat, and so you can just like walk around with nobody like on your dick, and you can just like learn about all the shit.
Whoa.
Yeah. So you like walk up to like whatever the fuck, like a big ass pyramid, and there'll just be like a dude that you like talk to, and you're like, this pyramid, and then just like give you a real like rundown of like what the fuck it is.
That rules.
Yeah. Apparently,
how much is like real stuff and how much is
no, it's all real. And yeah, because the amount of like research that they put into this shit is actually crazy, and they've been doing that for like ever. The games are fairly factually accurate.
Sure.
And I guess that they were planning on doing this kind of thing since like 2009, but they just like didn't. I don't know, for whatever reason they just like couldn't pull the trigger. Mm-hmm. But now they finally were like, okay, now we got our shit in order. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, it's just basically a giant like interactive museum, and they were doing like tests with like school children and stuff, and like basically every school child was like, oh yeah, I remember everything because I like lived in it, you know. So like they passed all their tests.
That's
like,
so fucking
it's
rad.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite thing always was ancient Egypt as a kid.
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
The
is
gods,
it because it's like spooky?
I
don't it's not even that spooky, but it's kind of spookier than most shit.
The mummies are spooky, but everything else was just like
not so spooky.
No, and they just like straight up had their shit together.
Yeah. They had paper and shit.
Yeah, and like the gods were all cool because they're just people with like animal heads,
super
like
cool,
rules.
Yeah. Which I don't know enough about those guys. All I know for sure is one of them, two of them are brothers for sure, and one of them got like chopped up into little pieces, and his brother had to like go and find all the pieces and put it back together.
Yeah, the mythology. I mean, any mythology is super cool, but
Yeah, I was really into Greek mythology.
same. Yeah. But I remember just like Egyptian mythology just being so cool.
Yeah, and I still don't know a ton about it.
No, me neither.
Like
really.
I can name some of the dudes, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Horus.
Yeah.
Anubis.
Set.
I think. Yeah.
Isis.
Yeah. Al Qaeda.
What was the name of it? Ra, of course.
Ra. Yeah.
Yeah. What's a mommy's least favorite room in the house?
Oh no. The daddy's room.
Yeah, it was Daddy's room. Yeah, smell you later.
What is it?
Living room.
Fuck. That's good.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.